Are you gonna tell me where you went? All the messages I sent with no reply.
Hello everyone, welcome back Thousand Life fam. If you're new here, my name is Janaea and this is Live a Thousand Lives. Today we're going to be going over my top 10 favorite books of 2020. I do have some honorable mentions though. I have 10 of them, so I'm going to be telling you my honorable mentions now, just briefly, and then we'll move into my top 10 favorites. My honorable mentions are Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I really enjoyed that book. Nemesis by Brandon Reich. I can never pronounce his last name. Howl's Moving Castle by Deanna Wynne Jones. A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavalario. The Disasters by M.K. England. No Second Chances by Harlan Coben. Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. Save the Date by Morgan Matson. The Skyweaver by Kristen Cicilari. And Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Byron. So those are the honorable mentions that I have for you. It was very hard to choose my list, but here we are. Top 10 favorite. Let's start with number 10. Number 10 would be Hot Ice by Nora Roberts. This was one I was expecting to really not like, but I ended up really enjoying it. It is kind of a guilty pleasure kind of read, and it was good. I really liked it. It's about a girl who is like this rich girl, and she ends up entangled with a con artist who ends up pissing off the wrong people basically, and they have to kind of work through that situation together, and the sexual chemistry is on point. It was really good, so I highly recommend you check out Hot Ice by Nora Roberts. Number 9 is Wonder by R.J. Palico. I gave this a 5-star. All of my top 10 I give a 5-star to, just so you guys know. I gave this a 5-star, and this is about a boy who is disfigured on his face, and he is deciding whether he wants to go to public school or not, and it is about his trials going to public school. It's about his family dealing with his disfigurement. And yeah, it was really heartbreaking for me. My father has a facial deformity, and this kid in the book, Augie, also has hearing aids, and so does my son. So yeah, it was a tough one for me to read, but I really enjoyed it. So I highly recommend you check that one out. Number 8 would be The Queen's Assassin by Melissa De La Cruz. I absolutely loved this book. It was so good. It had a twist I wasn't expecting, and I really enjoyed it. It's about a girl who wants to become the Queen's assassin. So she discovers that the Queen's assassin has been taken prisoner and decides to rescue him to prove herself that she can become the Queen's assassin. And it is very interesting story. I loved it, so I highly recommend you check that one out. 7 would be the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. I have reread the first 5 and am working my way through, and I cannot stress enough how much this series means to me and how it's such a good series. Rick Riordan is like the best middle grade like mythology author I have read from as of yet. There are a couple new ones that I am very excited to read from that should be out this next year. and some that came out last year and the year before that I haven't read yet. But every time I reread the series, I just love it more and more. So it had to be on this list. Like, I love it so much. Number 6 was West by Edith Patu. This is the sequel to my favorite book, East, by the same author. And I actually liked West more than East, but I just love the series as a whole, and it's very good. It's about this girl, I'll tell you the first one. It's about this girl named Rose who ends up being taken away by a white bear to a mountain, a castle in a mountain, and having some rules that she needs to not break, and breaking them, and then facing the consequences and having to fix what she's done wrong. And the sequel is so good. Oh my gosh, I absolutely loved it. I cannot wait to do a reread. I have read East 5 times and have read West once, and I'm excited to see where it goes. So I feel like she may come out with more in this series, but I don't know for sure. So as of right now, it's a duology. It is so good. 5, I would have to go with Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. This was such a good middle grade. Oh my gosh, I absolutely loved Nevermore. It was so good. This is about a girl named Morgan Crow who is born on a day where you are considered a cursed child, and therefore you will die before your 12th birthday. However, something happens and it is discovered that she will die a year earlier. And then she gets rescued by a man named Jupiter North, and he takes her to Nevermore, and the story is just amazing. I absolutely adored it, and I cannot wait to continue on with that series. So check it out. 4 would have to be There's Something About Sweetie by Sandhya Menon. I absolutely adored this book. It is about a plus-size main character who is very athletic and is the fastest girl on her school's track team. A lot of people tell her that if she would lose weight, she'd get a husband, or if she'd lose weight, she'd get a boyfriend, or if she'd lose weight, she'd look better and all this stuff. And she likes who she is, and it is phenomenal. It is so good. I highly recommend it. I love Sandhya Menon's writing. I loved When Dimple Met Rishi. I loved There's Something About Sweetie. I still haven't read From Twinkle with Love yet, but I'm excited to read that one. So I highly recommend you check out her, and you check out There's Something About Sweetie. It's amazing. 3 would have to be Do Not Disturb by A.R. Torre. This is the second book in the Dina Madden series, which is phenomenal. It is a erotic thriller, I want to say. It's about a girl named Dina who is a cam girl and who has homicidal tendencies. So yeah, I have not read the 3rd book in the series, and I'm very, very much looking forward to that. But it is a very, very good series. It is a little gory sometimes. For me, it was too gory, but overall it is phenomenal. So I highly recommend you check that series out. So my last 2 spots are tied, so I'm just gonna kind of lump them together. There's no particular order for them. Number 2 is A Court of Thorns and Roses, the first 3 books in the series. I absolutely adored that series. Oh my gosh. And cannot wait for the next book, which comes out very soon. So that's always a plus. I do still have to read the novella, but that shouldn't take too long. And yeah, check it out. It's about a girl named Sarah who kills a wolf. She doesn't realize actually a fae in disguise, and she gets whisked away into fairy, and all that transpires there. So yeah, the last one, and probably the top one, would be the Fever series. I read Fever Born, Fever Song, and High Voltage last year and loved them all, gave them all 5 stars. So I clumped them together, and I can't really go into what it's about because it's number 8, 9, and 10 in the series. But it's fae, it's Ireland mythology, it's amazing. Check it out. So those were my top 10 favorites of 2020. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Ding the little bell icon for me so you get notified when I post new videos. Please consider hitting the subscribe button and joining the 1000 Life fam. Remember, all my social media links are in the description box below for you if you want to be my friend on any other platform. There are also mental health links in the description box below for you or anyone who needs them. My Amazon wishlist is also in the description box below for you if you want to check out the books that I am interested in, or if you fancy sending me a surprise. Remember, a reader lives 1,000 lives, and so can you, so keep on reading. And remember to stay safe, be happy, be healthy, be kind, and always love one another. See you in the next video. Bye.
It's like that. You're just gonna walk into my room. I hate how you assume